And now joining me, we have the Mayor of Blowing Rock, J.B. Lawrence. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.
Now, you must be a very busy man. You were re-elected as Mayor of Blowing Rock in November. Talk with us a little bit about what you've been doing these past few months.
Well, we've got a new council. We've seated a new council. We had our retreat in Asheville back in January. We sort of laid out our groundwork for what we wanted to accomplish in 2014. Got lots of things going on. We've approved the ensemble stage to raise money to redo our old firehouse into a community theater.
How neat.
And yeah, that's really exciting, and there's a lot of people who'll be working really hard. And if there's anyone out there that wants to give money to the arts, the ensemble stage in Blowing Rock will be happy to accommodate you.
Absolutely, and that's going to be such a neat thing for them to have that space and have it be just their own.
Oh, absolutely, and it's in a neat location, and there's plenty of parking available. It's right across from the American Legion building, which we got a grant to renovate that, and that's sort of in the process as well. We've had some plans drawn, and we're looking forward to rehabilitating that building as well.
Right.
So I think it's going to open up a lot of things on that end of town. It's on Park Avenue.
Lots of things going on in that area.
Yes.
Very exciting. Well, looking ahead to 2014, what's coming up for the town of Blowing Rock?
Well, I think the big thing coming up in 2014 is to get the road well on its way to being completed. It's been delayed now for about a year, or the completion date has been put back about a year.
Right.
And March 31st of 2015, I believe, is correct. Or maybe it's April. You know, it changes. It's kind of like a moving target, particularly with the weather and all. But we want to get that done and beautify that area of town and hopefully put that behind us, because that's been going on now for 24 years.
Right. Now talk with us a little bit about that project and what the end goal is and what it's all going to look like.
Well, the end goal is through the part of town, there will be a landscape median through town. The area up by my bank and the ABC store in that area, it's currently known as Valley Boulevard. It will be right turn in, right turn out, so there won't be any crossover traffic. But I think it'll be a really attractive road, and with sidewalks and street lighting, and we're excited about it.
Sounds great.
We can almost see the light at the end of the tunnel.
Absolutely. Very exciting. So what else is coming up for the town of Blowing Rock?
Well, we've got our usual events for the year. We've already had Winterfest, which has grown in, I think it was our 16th Winterfest.
Right.
And it's grown into a very big event, from the polar plunge and the chili cook-off and the wine tasting and all that. And that we've been real pleased with the way it has grown.
Right.
I remember the first time we did the polar plunge, we had more people jumping than we had watching. And this year I think we had 112 people who signed up to jump, and 109 who actually did jump. So that's grown a great deal. We've got Wine Fest, which is a relatively new event, and excuse me, it continues to grow, and that can be dependent, as all these events can, on the weather.
Right.
And in April, we know it can be snowing or it can be 70 degrees.
Exactly.
But that continues to grow. In Art in the Park, we're close to our 50th year. It may even be our 50th year of the Art in the Park shows. Now, the things going on is the music festival that we have at, well, the name just left me, but it's in September. And that's a growing event too, as well.
Fantastic.
So we have lots of things going on, plus the horse show every year, and it's just endless amount of things.
Absolutely.
Lots of things you can do in Blowing Rock and have a good time.
Yes.
Even if it's doing nothing, you can have a good time in Blowing Rock.
It's a beautiful place to come and visit, shop, just hang out a little bit.
Thank you. If you just want to eat ice cream and sit in the park,
yes,
there's
I've
nothing
done that
better.
plenty of times.
Yeah, it's fun, isn't it?
Absolutely. It's great.
Doing nothing's great.
Now talk with us a little bit about your experience as mayor and how you see this term being different than your last.
Well, it's always different with each council, because each council takes on its own being, I guess, and you have to learn to work with different people in different ways, and they have to learn to work with different people as well.
Right.
So each one has a different personality, and it takes a while to sort of understand where the other person's coming from and the goals they want to achieve, and you're trying to, for me, it's trying to get us all on the same page, common focus, and to achieve those things that we want to as a group.
Absolutely. Now, what can you tell us about this new council?
Well, we have Ms. Sue Sweeting. She's new to the council. She was a former county commissioner, a longtime resident of Blowing Rock. Mr. Ray Pickett is new to the council. It's the first time, his first elected office, and Ray runs the Blowing Rock Inn, him and his wife Alyssa. Very, very community-involved people, and I think they'll bring a lot to the council. And our holdover members are Mr. Dan Phillips, Mr. Doug Matheson, and Mr. Albert Yount. And Mr. Yount serves as the mayor pro tem, and I think he is in his second term. Matheson is in his second term, and Phillips is still in his first term. So we have a relatively amount of experience on the council.
And how does that work with having new members and members who are returning? Is it hard to kind of get the jive going and get everybody on the same page?
It could be, but I don't think so with this council. I think they'll work real well together. I think they have unlimited potential for things that we can accomplish together.
Absolutely. Now, being mayor must be something that you enjoy a lot, but it must be a lot of responsibility. Can you talk with us a little bit about that?
Well, it can be a lot of responsibility, and it can be a lot of fun because you get to meet a lot of people. You get to represent your town in a lot of ways. One of the things I really enjoy is the parades we have each year, simply because the town is so packed with visitors, and they're all having a great time. And it makes you feel really lucky because you know you get to stay.
Right.
And they have to return to wherever they came from. So that's and the meetings can be fun because, and I like to see lots of citizens come to the meetings because it's their government. I'm there to serve. All of us are there to serve. And we want the people in the community to know what we're doing. So please come out to the meeting and be part of the process.
Definitely.
Share your thoughts. I like to give everybody a chance to speak.
Now, Blowing Rock must have a great sense of community. It's such a small, beautiful town, and it seems like everyone I know who lives there, they have such a sense of pride about living there and being from there.
Well, I think they do. I think they do. And it's a very giving community. They really rise to the occasions when there's a real community need or a community project, whether it be through the Rotary clubs, the churches, or whatever. The community response is always very well represented.
Absolutely. Now, if there is one overall goal that you could say you have for the town of Blowing Rock in this coming year, what would that be?
One overall goal. Wow, that'd be hard to say.
Tough question.
Very tough question.
Or if you have a few, you can tell us a few.
Well, we have lots. You know, we just got the new reevaluation on our property, and I think Blowing Rock actually decreased a little bit in value from the previous reevaluation. So one of the challenges to the council is to set the new tax rate and how that affects our citizens, because some will be affected negatively, some positively, and then we have to base our budget on how much money we want to raise or how it affects the people.
Right. Well, it sounds like a big year coming up for you guys. A lot of work, a lot of good things.
A lot of good things. It's come out to Blowing Rock and tell all your friends about us.
Absolutely. Well, I personally love going to Blowing Rock. It's just a short little drive down the road here from Boone, and it's a great place to go and spend a Saturday or an evening.
Or a weekend, or
exactly.
Buy a home.
Yeah, just go stay there all the time.
Do all those things.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for coming in to talk with us
today. It's my pleasure.
Absolutely. And we will be back right after these messages with more of the Mountain Television Network.